Welcome to the Everyday Mom Challenge. Today I would like to share with you how to effectively debate each week. So first, as a homeschool mom or as a teacher in the public schools or the private charter sector, we need to establish our why. Why do we debate to begin with? Well, first, we're an evidence-based homeschool. When we are constantly researching, we are constantly evaluating. It also supports our reading, writing, listening, and speaking. We also need to be able to determine bias. We need to be able to distinguish between fact versus opinion. And it allows us to look at other people's perspectives while also sharing our own point of view. But for me, it's really about the soft skills that it takes in order to communicate. If we do not teach those soft skills, and I'm serious about this, we have to teach them, we have to model them, we have to correct them. Our children are going to be at a huge disadvantage in life. When you debate, you will see an increase in engagement. Student engagement, it's purposeful. Watch and see, and the achievement will go up. Trust me on that. But it's also challenging, and we can put ourselves in uncomfortable situations, and that's how we grow. So debating is a challenging, component of our curriculum. We cannot say because it is hard, we're not going to pursue it. No, in fact, that is the reason why we should pursue it. It's also fun. Record it, you'll see what I mean by that. You'll just see it on the faces of students. And you can cover this in multiple grades. And so for us homeschool mamas, that's really great too, because we can have debate night and we can cover a current event, a social studies topic, a science-related topic if we're debating that. And then we're hitting reading, writing, listening, and speaking and communication skills all the way around for our 6th graders and our 11th graders in the same room together. Or, you can start this as early as 3rd grade, in my opinion. I think that debating in 3rd grade helps them to start looking through those evaluative tools as our Lexile levels begin to increase. If you want to throw in your 1st and 2nd graders in there, they can be judges, they can be evaluators, they can also share their opinions and voice their thoughts and concerns. Just make it fun. So why should we debate? Well, if you're in the public school setting, this is a tip that I want to give to you. Always go to college websites. So that way when you're showing your students the why, it is not from a high school perspective or a middle school or an elementary school perspective. Because we're constantly talking college and career, why not show them college and career sites that back up this claim, why we should debate? And I found a great one at Washington, the University of Washington. You could just Google these. They're everywhere. But they gave the top 3 reasons why we should debate, and it's essential for life. It can be transformational, it can build up confidence, it helps with public speaking, and it also creates leaders. But for us, the reason why we should debate, I gave you our top 4 for our homeschool. Because the political climate is so volatile right now, we do have some great models out there that are showing appropriate ways to debate on both sides. So we don't just lean towards conservative videos. We love to watch the narratives now where it is showing, liberals and Republicans in the same room with political discourse in a very respectable manner. That's what we look for. Number 2, we are preparing our children for college campuses. We've got to be very cognizant of that. College campuses are a tricky place in 2018. And so when we're sending our children there, or out there in the world, it's a tricky place. We need to be able to teach our children how to get through their own biases, but also to be able to present facts and evidence. Number 3, if you're a religious-based school, you need to teach them how to connect biblical principles, Bible verses to research and statistics. And we must teach respectful discourse. This is huge. Show them models of how inappropriate it can actually get and how heated it can get. There's come a point in my life where I'm actually starting to turn off mainstream media now and go into my podcast on YouTube because I'm actually being able to watch trains of thought pull themselves out instead of just these 5 minute clips of bashing. So we have to teach respectful discourse. There's research out there that proves it. I mean, you could go, I love Kelly Gallagher, and I've given you something from his about why you should take an article of the week, and then you can do a Socratic from that. And we're working out that research. In my homeschool, we do not do article of the week, we do topic of the week. In public school, I do article of the week. And I challenge you to try it out and just see it. You are going to be amazed. Look up Kelly Gallagher's work on this because consistency is key. For a personal story, as a public school, the first week that I tried the Socratic with the article, oh my gosh, the level of engagement, yes, was there, but the ability to formulate arguments was not. So I found a gap in student understanding, and we kept scaffolding and we kept working. And by week 4, there was a dramatic improvement. Students were actually completing written responses ahead of time, pages of written responses, presenting their arguments in a respectful manner. It was a complete turnaround. But if I would have just given up that first week and really not invested the time and the energy, we wouldn't have seen the progress that we did. And I will tell you, over the course of that 9th grade experience, that's one of the keys to the success was the consistency. I'd love it if you would screenshot this page somehow, be able to get these guiding questions that you could talk with your students about. Because as they're going through this, there's going to be times of challenge. And these are the top 3 questions that I have found that could really help guide discussions, especially with your homeschool students that are younger. Because my 5th grader last year, he wanted to be at the level of debate that my 10th grade son was. Well, he just wasn't. There was just this limited understanding of how do you present arguments, how do you actually read through more complex text to be able to see different perspectives. So these questions really were birthed out of this year-long experience of the parallel world that I live in of homeschool and public school. And hopefully they can help you as you're going through the process as well. So what do you do? How are your steps for this? So the first thing that you have to do is choose your topic. So in homeschool, we chose a topic to debate. In public school, we found an article. Mine were mainly literacy based or how the brain works. We're a magnet school, so we're science oriented. So there were a lot of controversial science type topics that were out there. And then we just did like a growth mindset week. So I also started with Superman and Me, where I found a nonfiction piece that had been published in the paper, and Superman and Me is amazing on reader identity. So we did this one with homeschool as well. So just choose your topic, provide the reading material on that Monday, and find multiple reading materials. Because if you are not careful, your own personal bias may start to seep in. So you really need to be eclectic in your work. And you understand that you're doing this throughout the week. You're not just giving them one thing on Monday and saying, here, go forward. You're asking them to stretch in this research process daily. And I would encourage you to use YouTube videos. They are amazing. Definitely look up journals, news. Definitely go to credible sources. Teach them, what the counter arguments are. So that way, when they're planning out and writing their arguments, they're doing this as they go, because they can't wait till Thursday because they're going to forget their sources and they need to cite their sources of where they pulled their information in. They're going to forget. So you need to teach them, and you can give them a scaffolding sheet as they go. But teach them the counter arguments to this. Have them to be able to unveil all of those so